Have you ever wondered how the Quran came to us? Today we'll explore the powerful story of its revelation, how it was protected, and why it still guides millions. Let's dive in. Let's take a journey back in time to a quiet cave outside the city of Makkah. This is where it all began. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, often retreated to the cave of Hira. He would sit in silence, reflecting on life, the universe, and the Creator. Then one night, during the blessed month of Ramadan, everything changed. The angel Jibreel, also known as Gabriel, appeared before him with a powerful message from Allah. But the Prophet, peace be upon him, was unlettered. He gently replied,
ما أنا بقارئ.
Jibreel embraced him tightly and repeated the command again.
اقرأ.
The Prophet said again.
ما أنا بقارئ.
This happened 3 times, and finally the first verses of the Quran were revealed.
اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. خلق الإنسان من علق. اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم.
These powerful words were from Surah Al-Alaq. They weren't just a command to read, they were a call to seek knowledge, to awaken hearts, and to connect with the divine. The Prophet, shaken and overwhelmed, rushed home. His heart was beating fast. He told his beloved wife Khadija, "Cover me, cover me." She embraced him and listened carefully to what he had experienced. Instead of doubting him, she believed in him. She took him to her wise cousin, Waraka ibn Nawfal, who confirmed this was indeed revelation from the same angel who came to Moses. That night marked the beginning of something miraculous. It was the start of the Quran, a message not just for Arabia, but for all humanity. But the Quran wasn't revealed all at once. It came down slowly, over 23 years. Each verse responded to real-life situations. It gave guidance, answered questions, and comforted the Prophet and his followers. For example, when people were confused about prayer, fasting, or charity, verses were revealed to guide them step by step. When the Prophet faced pain or persecution, Allah sent verses to strengthen his heart. Even rules that were difficult, like the ban on alcohol, were revealed in stages, allowing people time to adjust. That's the mercy of Allah in action. What's even more amazing is how the Quran was preserved. Unlike other religious books that were changed or lost, the Quran was carefully protected. The Prophet encouraged his companions to memorize every word. Many of them, like Abu Bakr, Umar, and Ali, memorized the entire Quran by heart. At the same time, the verses were written down immediately. The Prophet had scribes like Zayd ibn Thabit, who recorded the verses on whatever was available: palm leaves, bones, leather. Each time a verse was revealed, the Prophet told the scribes exactly where it belonged in the Quran. Nothing was random. Everything was divinely organized. During the Prophet's lifetime, the Quran was reviewed every Ramadan with Jibreel. In his last year, they reviewed it twice. This was Allah's way of making sure the message was perfectly complete. After the Prophet passed away, a battle caused the deaths of many companions who had memorized the Quran. Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, was afraid that parts of the Quran might be lost. So he advised Abu Bakr, the first caliph, to gather the Quran into one book. Abu Bakr chose Zayd ibn Thabit to lead this work. It was a huge task, but with Allah's help, Zayd and his team did it with great care and accuracy. Later, during the time of the third caliph, Uthman ibn Affan, Islam had spread to many countries. People with different accents and dialects were reciting the Quran in slightly different ways. Uthman saw the danger in this. He wanted to protect the unity of the Muslim world. So he made copies of the Quran based on the original manuscript and sent them to major Islamic cities. He also asked that any unofficial copies be removed so no confusion would spread. This version, known as the Uthmanic Codex, is the same Quran we have today. Not one word has changed. Subhanallah, that is a miracle. Allah promised in the Quran, "Indeed it is we who sent down the Quran, and indeed we will be its guardian." This promise has come true. Even today, millions of Muslims around the world have memorized the Quran completely. Children as young as 5 have the entire book in their hearts. In fact, even if every copy of the Quran were lost today, it could be rewritten from memory. But the Quran isn't just a book to be preserved. It's a book to be lived. It speaks to all of humanity. It talks about justice, kindness, family, forgiveness, and the importance of knowledge. It teaches us how to treat others, how to handle pain, and how to grow spiritually. It connects science and faith, inviting people to reflect on the stars, the oceans, the mountains, and the creation of life. And despite being revealed over 1400 years ago, its message is still fresh. It still heals hearts. It still brings peace to the soul. The Quran doesn't belong to one culture or country. It's for everyone, young and old, rich and poor, Arab and non-Arab. It starts many verses with "O mankind" or "O believers," proving that its message is universal. It also speaks to our emotions. When we feel broken, it reminds us that with hardship comes ease. When we feel lost, it calls us back. When we feel empty, it fills us with light. So how do we bring the Quran into our lives today? Start by reading it regularly, even just a little each day. Learn its meanings. Reflect on its verses. Try to apply its teachings in your actions. If you've memorized parts, keep reviewing. If you haven't started yet, begin with one verse. Teach it to your family. Share it with your friends. When you pray, use the Quran to deepen your connection with Allah. When you feel overwhelmed, open it for comfort. When you feel distant from your faith, let it pull you back. The Quran isn't just for Ramadan, it's for every day. It's your guide, your light, your direct link to Allah. Dear brothers and sisters, the Quran is a miracle, a mercy, a message, a living guide. Let's not treat it as just a decoration or tradition. Let's honor it, love it, and let it transform our lives. May Allah make the Quran a light in our hearts, a guide in our actions, and a witness for us on the Day of Judgment. Ameen. If this message touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring Islamic content. Until next time, peace be upon you all.